Welcome to the second part of the P3 training program, which is P2. Firstly, congratulations for completing P1. It's really, really good, as I'm sure you can agree, on as a platform to get you started to understand how to do transactions, how to work with people, how to be commercially savvy when it comes to the lifeblood of any business, which is revenue generation. There are 6 pillars in business. Sales is one of them. And if you're in P2, you have mastered sales to a good transactional level. P2 is all about consulting now, and as I mentioned previously, consulting for me translates to business. This is where we start to have a partnership mindset with our clients. Okay, so it's not about how great we are, how good our services are, how shiny our business website is, and how we're the best thing since sliced bread. It's about them, and the key word there is con, which is Latin for with. Okay, so it means we're conversing. We've got 2 ears, we've got 1 mouth. We need to communicate with the people. We need to listen. We need to hear what their pain spots are and see where we can really add value. So consulting directly means business for me. Okay, it means that you're taking those sales skills that you've taken and taking them up another level or 2. Okay, and adding layers of sophistication there. You'll see in the training we cover all different types of models. We take this a few steps further. It is broken down into different components. So the first bit we'll look at is a bit of telesales. This followed up by LinkedIn, which is an essential digital asset that you need if you're going to be building business. We look at email marketing, and we do a whole section which is quite comprehensive on marketing in general. Marketing itself precedes sales. I know it sounds a little bit counterintuitive to do this after, but we wanted you to understand the mechanics of sales so that when you look at marketing, you can then go back and you already know how to transact, as opposed to let people fall through your fingers, if you like. And then we've wrapped this up with general business. Okay, so we tie a lot of this together. The key component with this, though, is to remember 2 things. Firstly, no one likes being sold to. Okay, so if people feel they're being sold to, they're going to get their guard up, they're going to get their barriers up, and we're going to lose sales, even if they like your product and service. However, people like to buy. It feels good to buy. Okay, so think about the last few things that you've purchased that made you feel good, at least for a short period of time. We enjoy buying. So your job here is to make it as easy as possible for people to buy. However, there's something known as the gap, and we talk a bit about this in the module. Okay, firstly, we've got this line here, which is how people tend to sell. That hasn't changed for years. Okay, at the top here, we've got another line here, which is how our customers like to buy. Now, that has changed significantly and regularly over time. And if you don't keep an eye on that, we lose track on how people buy. And if we're not changing how we sell, then there's an increasing gap and people just fall through that gap. And we're unable to transact it to everybody's detriment, essentially. So we focus on bridging that gap in this component, such being agile with our sales methodology, being sensitive to business needs, and making it easy for people to buy. We do start this P2 component with a workshop with myself. So it's the first time I sit down and actually roll my sleeves up and get to know you a bit better. But this particular third of the course, the second part, is quite labor intensive. There's lots to learn. As with anything, the more you put in, the more you get out. So good luck, and I'm looking forward to getting to know you.